Well, hello YouTube. So we are pulling maintenance today on a tractor. So we've got a Kubota MX4700 and bought it used. It had about 300 hours on it when we bought it. Now it's got 600 something hours. In the past, I've just taken it down to the Kubota dealership and dropped it off and let them do everything. But this year we made a bunch of changes. Sold the mill, sold my old F-250, sold my trailer, and well, hold on one second, I'll show you what I bought. It's used, but it's fairly new. It's a 2018. Come around the corner here. 2018 Toyota Tacoma. So that was more fits our lifestyle now. But anyway, we are going to pressure wash the tractor and change the oil and change the air filter. Anybody that has diesel anything knows that there's two things you need for a diesel: air and fuel. And you got to make sure you keep that air filter clean. So as you can see in the background, there's the Tacoma 2018. It had 27,000 miles on it. Four-wheel drive, crew cab, so everybody can get in. Little short bed on it. Ain't gonna pull much with it, but it does the job. So anyway, I'm gonna go put some shorts on because it's hot out here, or it's getting warm, and we're gonna get started on this. We'll be back. All right, guys, so we're up here at the house. We're going to, anytime I service the tractor, I like to the only thing about being up here at the house, you got all the road noise. I like to pressure wash it first. One, it just periodically, that just means it gets cleaned. And two, you get to get all the dirt and grime out of all the grease connections. So we opted, I usually pressure wash an old pair of sneakers and old pair of sneakers and a swimsuit. So we got our hat on because the sun's beating down, and we're gonna get this thing cleaned up.
I don't cry when it rains no more, or I get dirt on my shoes. I don't mind climbing 8 more floors, cause these stairs are all heading to you. I don't wait for tomorrow's sunshine when I feel it today. And when it's cold in the dead of winter, remember that snow melts away. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance for the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old. Let's just see where it goes. We got no care for the way people stare at the dust and the dirt on our clothes. Hey, my friend, we'll never say remember when, if we keep on making memories where we stand, where we stand. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance for the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old.
Alright guys, so anybody that's interested on the Kubota MX4700, you got 2 drain plugs underneath the motor. And because of the upside down U, you actually have to drain both of them. So because my bucket has got a, doesn't have a big lid on it, I'm actually going to drain one side and then drain the other side. But I just thought that was interesting. Usually I take my tractor and go have it serviced, but we're trying to save some money, so we decided to do it ourselves. I think Kubota wanted $100 one way, so $200 just to get my tractor there, so they can charge me, you know, $400 service. So we're gonna change the oil, and then we're gonna put a new air filter on it, and we'll be back with you here in a minute. Well, the first drain plug, I only got one drop of oil on my finger. The second drain plug, I was not as successful. I got it all over my hand, but that's okay. The point of this was to show that there are two drain plugs for your Kubota MX4700. So you got to make sure, it's because of this dip right here in the middle. So you got the pan here and the pan there. So they separate, obviously. So anywho, we'll get this plug back up, get some oil in it, and then I'll show you the air filter. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I almost forgot to change the oil filter before I put the oil back in. So anyway, we'll take the oil filter off. Last year I put the date, oh my, there we go. Last year I put the date on the oil filter, and I guess I should have put the hours on there as well. So I went ahead and wrote the date, just the month and the year, and the hours that are on the motor. Just so I know for next time. So here's a question for you, all you weekend warriors. When if you change your own oil, how do you keep your funnel clean? Your funnel. So I've been putting it upside down and then putting a rag on top, and that seems to do an okay job. But I always get dust and dirt down in here. So that's I'm not trying to tell you what I do exactly, as maybe somebody's got a better way of doing it. So I've always been told, take a little bit of oil, put it on the rubber seal, all right. It's upside down, but that's okay. I can read upside down. About need a longer funnel. See how that's going to work. So anybody curious, a Kubota MX4700 takes 8.5 quarts of oil. So I bought 3 gallons. So we'll have to be a little careful on the 3rd gallon. Well, you gotta be careful pouring it anyway, because if you ain't careful, it'll overflow going in. Yes, I just checked the cap to make sure I was pouring it in the oil hole. Nothing wrong with that. We ain't all geniuses. done. See if I can't reposition here. All right, so we're gonna take a look inside of here. This is your air filter. So you got two air filters. This is your outside air filter, and this is your inner air filter. So last year I just replaced the outside air filter. I did not replace both. So this year I bought both, inside and outside. Now, if that is not correct, comment down below. All right. I do know one thing. There's two things, I said this earlier, two things a diesel engine needs. That's air and fuel. So if you keep a good clean air filter and you got good fuel, I think you're all right. I got some kind of gook on the outside cap. Get a rag and wipe that off. Then we got to clean the screen behind the radiator. Now I did blow this off before we came up here, because last week the back of our property is a field. So I went back there and bush hogged it. I hadn't been back here. Look at there. That tire's in the way. It ain't too bad. I blew most of it off. There's a lot in there though. It's the only bad part about having my air compressor back in the woods. I have to take it off when I get back there and blow that bottom rail out. It's got a good bit of trash in it. Probably push a lot of it out the side when I do that, yeah. All right, guys, well, that's it for today. We changed the oil and changed the air filter on the tractor. And I think I gotta get some more grease because I don't have any. And we'll finish greasing it up some other time. All right, enjoy these videos. Click the like button, hit subscribe, share them with your friends.